And how long have you been shoeing?
I've been shoeing horses for 20 years.
20 years. And my wife and I actually, we had read a story about Justin before we met him. He was featured in a local magazine, and they mentioned you, kind of called you the Renaissance guy because you had done a lot of different things, including some ornamental blacksmithing. Kind of curious, how does the ornamental blacksmithing fit in with the Farrier and back and forth, I guess?
Well, actually, the horseshoeing and the Farrier and the competition stuff actually helped me more with the ornamental end instead of the other way around. You know, doing a lot of horseshoeing competitions and working with the guys I've worked with and going to Calgary, guys like Jim Poor and Jim Quick and Shane Carter. You know, they really stress making really nice, pretty ornamental shoes. So that helped me more in the blacksmithing end of the business. Which I've separated out, so I actually run the two businesses. So I do a lot of ornamental railings. I've made a lot of tongs and stuff like that for guys. Tools, my own punches, my own fullers, things like that. So that end of it has really helped with the artistic end of it.
I should mention that Justin donated a very ornamental candlestick to the Colorado Farriers auction last night. It was really just gorgeous and drew a lot of interest from the crowd. I think you must have been pretty happy with how people responded.
That was very good. That was very good. You know, it goes for a good cause. All these auctions do, and you know, I'm happy to donate anytime I can. When you and I were talking earlier, we were talking about, you mentioned Jim Poor, Jim Quick, some of these guys that were your mentors, and you said something kind of interesting about how you learned from them. Maybe we could just kind of discuss that a little. Yeah, you know what, I do that in my everyday life with my apprentices and even with my daughter, stuff like that. I was always told that you not learn by being told by what you do right, you learn by what you're told by what you do wrong. I botched that one up, didn't I?
That's good. That's good. You mentioned that Jim, you said that Jim Poor, for instance, would just kind of come up behind you.
He'd come up and smack me on the back of the head and ask me what the heck I thought I was doing, and I didn't make that mistake again. So, you know, at the end of the day, he said, you know, you did a good job, but you're not going to learn by me telling you what you did right.
And maybe describe, here in Colorado, it sounds like, most of the guys that I've talked to, sounds like you do a pretty broad spectrum of horses. Is that true for you, too?
That is very true. Where I'm at, I'm the only certified journeyman probably in 150-mile radius of where I live. And we've got everything from dressage horses to some rodeo horses, hunter jumpers, backyard horses, dude horses, lots of draft horses, some show drafts, a lot of just pulling drafts that are logging right now, things like that. So we've got a broad spectrum of horses where I'm shooting.
Shooting there in the mountains, we found out later that we were staying very close to you up there. Is there any particular challenge that you run into a lot up there?
The challenge up there is the wintertime. Of course, like most areas that are like where I'm at, most elevations. It's not so much that people pull and trim. I pretty much shoot all year long. But the fact is, if you get up in the morning at 6 and you've got an appointment at 8 and you have 3.5 feet of snow, you might not get to start till 10 o'clock. We also have mornings that are 40, 50 below zero. We have very few indoor facilities up home. So that causes the biggest challenge.
Okay.